G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's very special vlog day, because you know why? It's pretty much Thursday the 21st of April, yay! And yes, being April in a sense, it looks like that the Easter Bunny has pretty much done his job day, after selling all of the many Easter eggs and the other Easter goodies that he's pretty much been doing throughout the rest of the whole moment day. But yes, Easter is pretty much coming into an end day. As sad as this sounds, if you're pretty much enjoying the Easter holidays, I certainly am. But yeah, in this vlog, as the Thursday the 21st of April special, and yes, by no means special, obviously, you know I'm actually thinking about Thursday the 21st, it's considered as the most holy grail of all dates day. And yes, in this vlog, we're going to be talking about the Owl House, we're going to be talking about Bluey, we're going to be talking about the Cuphead Show, we're going to be talking about Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, and My Little Pony Tell Your Tale! Yay! So yes, in this big vlog, we're going to be basically talking about 5 different animated TV shows that, in my opinion, have been actually coming up across though. Now, before I should actually continue, I'm actually going to be putting up something completely and utterly different though. Now, compared to the usual complex style of my vlogs, I'm going to be putting up into a very simplistic refrain, because I don't want to actually sound like an absolute smart aleck, because if I was a smart aleck, well, I would have been infringing other people's ideas on doing vlogs and stuff. And obviously, back in, 2018, I think it was, maybe around December 2018, which is the year where I actually started my YouTube channel. Back then, I didn't do that much vlogging, because, well, the weather was quite cold and all that stuff and whatnot. But anyways, let's do it! And also, please trust me, viewers and fans of my channel, though, please do trust me, though, because I do know that even though I'm actually feeling quite a bit iffily ill at the moment, though, as, how dog sick I can be, I can still do it. I can still do the vlog, though. Anyways, as I was saying again, though, let's do it! Well, the first number 1 cap of the rank out of all television shows is The Owl House. And yes, The Owl House is pretty much a television show that is not just animated to look very fantasy-like, but also pretty much, a television show that premieres on Disney. Of course, yes, I don't want to sound like an absolute smart aleck though, but what we do know about the show is that, yes, the premise of the show really relies on the main character, Luce Nessetta, who apparently, in a sense, as the main character, Luce Nessetta, often depicted as pretty much a character that is obviously, how would you say it? It really is quite very strange though, for seeing such a character, Luce Nessetta though, because you know why? There's this very weird LGBTQ, how would you say it, representation of the character, with the crush between Luce Nessetta and also Mitty Blight. This romance, overall though, has been considered as homosexual in a sense that Luce Nessetta is female, and so is Mitty Blight, who in a sense is another character in the Owl House, who, in a sense, by her antagonistic ways, on the first season, if I remember anything about Mitty Blight as being a character though, of course, yes, in terms of Mitty Blight's personality, well, I should actually go into Luce Nessetta's personality whenever I think of her characterness, if that's a word. Obviously, we all know that Luce Nessetta on the first season ended up in the Boiling Isles. I hope that's the... sorry, I'm pronouncing a bit sloppily though, but hopefully there'll be no extra, takes there, because I'm just doing it as a one-take wonder. Okay, she was pretty much born from Groesfield, Connecticut, as I'm pretty much doing a bit of a smart aleck sort of act though, but I shouldn't be too smart aleck-esque, because you know why? Well, it's all about copyright infringement if I was going to be copying info from Disney, or in this case, Wikipedia. Of course, yes, what I've actually realised about the main character, Luce Nessetta, is that she pretty much, this character was named after by a real person though, called Luce, how would you say it, Batista? Hopefully that's pretty much, the real person behind it though, who's basically like some kind of story, consultant for the show. And what's also quite strange about, Luce Nessetta is that while being a bisexual and Mitty being considered as a lesbian. I've got no idea though. In fact, what we do know about the Our House is that it really is pretty much one show that I think has been one I feel like I've been impacted by, but even though I've been impacted by the Our House, it's one TV show I actually don't watch that often though. To be very honest with you though, I actually don't watch the show very often though, because there are actually other shows which I think, the ones which are more heavily cast tea. Okay, so, yes, apart from Luce Noceda, who in a sense, in terms of her personality, is pretty much a determined girl who really likes to, become a witch though, in a sense that she loves all things fantasy and magical though. And yes, of course, whenever I think of the Our House though, as a show, there really is in fact loads and loads of influences though, as I'm, chopping and changing topics and other whatnot though. Okay, so what do we know about the Our House? It's pretty much interesting to say that, yes, this show might have been also influenced from Pokemon as well, because, yes, Dana Terrace, the creator of the show, would have given some influence with this show, in fact, from Pokemon. In fact, it looks quite nice. In fact, there's other characters here. How would you say it though? In the show though, there's Etta Clawthorne, who in a sense thought she was pretty much powerful though on the first season, but on the second season, well, of course, yes, I do know that on the second season, Etta feels like that she actually began to deal on the fact that she's no longer powerful though, and initially struggles to earn money for the Our House. Of course, yes, there is of course a place literally known as the Our House, no pun intended, obviously. In fact, that's what's meant to be. It's literally called the Our House. Okay, so let's not forget. So Etta Clawthorne, well, what we can actually tell about her is that she's pretty much like a 40-something, self-proclaimed, most powerful witch on the Boiling Isles, and also a mentor of Luce Noceda. And pretty much a reward has been offered for her capture due to her criminal record that includes offences such as selling human items, not just a coven and theft. Of course, yes, Etta Clawthorne pretty much has a very interesting personality. And speaking about Etta Clawthorne, which in this case she actually turns into an Owl Lady because of her home, literally called as the Our House, like what the title was saying, eh? And possessing different traits similar to owls, though. She's later revealed that, of course, is that due to a curse that causes her to turn into an owl monster, she must drink an elixir daily to suppress the curse. I don't know what an elixir is though, it's a very strange word though. And over the course of season 1, the elixir begins to lose its potency on her though. And it progressively becomes harder for her to keep the transformation at bay. And yes, of course, yes, we all know that Etta Clawthorne is pretty much a character that, yes, whenever I think of this character though, in terms of her personality though, she pretty much is actually pretty much kind though to Luce Noceda though. Of course, yes, we do know that the Our House has got to be one of the most influential of all, how do you say it, TV shows. And one thing I've actually realised about, how do you say, Etta Clawthorne, is that alongside with Etta, is that there's also a character called King. Now, King is basically a small 8-year-old wolf-like demon with a skull-like head. It actually kind of reminds me of, you know that Pokemon, is it Cubone or Marowak? I don't know. And is also considered as Etta's roommate. And of course, yes, she does that very weird cheerleading GIF there that I might put up as well, though. And while being Etta's roommate, who is the self-proclaimed king of all demons, while it is not known if he's basically the king of demons, he certainly retains an overly confident and demeaning attitude that implies that he once held some greatness. And he was initially frightened on the first season when Luce Noceda first met her, but warmed up to her though with a warm heart to her appearance onto the time that when she helped him. And when she continues to coddle him, King wants to be seen as a cool character and claims to have vast knowledge of all monsters and demons. And although some of it might have been based on his false presumptions, regardless, he's willing to acknowledge that I'm actually thinking that you know, if it was incorrect though, his relationship with Etta ranges from two casual roommates to a child and also his mother though. And of course, while he's quick to poke fun at her though, he cares about her and wanted to help, you know, repress her curse. What's also quite strange about King Clawthorne's personality is, of course, King Clawthorne is pretty much like Etta Clawthorne because, well, they're related obviously. The surname, I'm getting it though. Well, I'll just say though, King Clawthorne, whenever I think of this character, he's shown to be bossy and manipulative, but ultimately shows his heroic and caring side whenever he and his friends are in danger, and his ultimate goal is to obtain followers and to have absolute power. And this results in finding himself in ludicrous situations, such as bringing dolls to life to do his bidding, becoming a teacher at Hexside, which I don't know whether the frick it is, and using Etta Clawthorne in a monster form or owl form to rule a playground. All efforts usually result in him losing his power and things going back to normal, but despite his rambunctious nature, he begins to be, he actually begins more dog-like around Lucnessetta, and openly misses her whenever she goes out to Hexside or hangs out with someone other than him. And yes, his origins also yet to be, whenever I think about the origins behind King Clawthorne, it's yet to be revealed that, of course, yes, what we do know that, I've got a funny feeling that I can't pretty much go into, sorry Kingy, I'll just say King. I don't know why I call Kingy though, as a bit of a very weird accent, but yet again I'm doing this video as a one-take wonder. Let's move on to Hooty, who's pretty much the witty house demon, and of course he's so hilarious though. He also tends to be quite, of course he does pretty much get annoying though, because he pulls this very weird smug face, he cries, and he's pretty much the owl-headed door knocker to interact with the world around him by stretching his neck to allegedly infinite lengths though, and he tends to act surreal, awkward, and or annoying, though this often results in comedic moments for the audience to view, which is something that Hooty often does. Hooty is often, seen as the most hilarious of all characters of all time though, in the Owl House though. And often this odd behaviour happens when no one is in the house, and despite all of this, he's fully capable of taking care of himself as he can reliably attack with his neck. Hooty sometimes has a habit of wanting to be seen as enigmatic or mysterious, and he does this by trying to pose riddles to people, including Etta Clawthorne, but this usually results in him getting injured as a consequence, and apparently he feels that everything affecting the house itself, and at one point his door was ripped off, causing him to become unconscious, complete with, well, I'll just say it though, with dead eyes, and however, he actually was, at one episode, he was, I'll just say it though, I can't really remember what it is, but I'm sorry if I don't know my Owl House necessarily. Of course, yes, he actually returned fully conscious. Of course, yes, and what we do know that about the Owl House was that, yes, Hooty actually warmed up with other characters like Lilith, in a sense that I got a funny feeling that, yes, Hooty's pretty much hilarious as a character though. Of course, yes, I do know that Lilith as a character though, she did had some various, very weird mixed, how do you say, personalities and characteristics with, and relationships of, with Lucnessetta, in a sense they were first negative and then a bit more positive, I think. And then you've also got Mitty Blight, who is of course a top student at the Hexside and also an abomination export. How do you say? And in a sense, in the first season, what we do know about Mitty Blight though is that if you look at Lucnessetta and also Mitty Blight, whenever you think about the two characters, of course, yes, there's a very weird relationship between the two, and it's very well known because if you can think about, I'll just say Mitty Blight, she pretty much, at first glance, whenever I think of Lucnessetta meeting up with Mitty Blight, she first appeared to be snooty, entitled, hypocritical, haughty, self-absorbed, selfish, and a cold-hearted person who bullies, demeans, and looks on those she feels are inferior to her. With that being said, however, though, of course, yes, in Season 2, we all do know that Amity overall had a very huge, warm-hearted, welcoming sort of personality towards Luz Nacetta. And of course, yes, she is also considered as the first animated Disney character to be confirmed as lesbian, in a sense that Amity, while welcoming Luz to her friends and appears in more control of her emotions around her, however, she is put up by her parents when they expel them from Hexside for being a bad influence on her. By when they put Luz Nacetta in danger when she tries to get her and her friends back into school, she finally confronts her parents and gets them back into Hexside. Of course, yes, that's the main thing with parents, though. That's pretty much, the argumentative side of parents. And as we all heavily know, we should actually love each other, though. Even though we still pretty much confront with each other, that's pretty much that's pretty much the meaning of life. Of course, yes, we all do know that the LGBT aspect about this show is something I feel like that I really need to talk really thoroughly. What I do know about the Owl House as a TV show, yes, it has been praised for featuring several characters like the relationship between Luz Nacetta and Amity Blight, who are LGBTQ. Of course, yes, this is something that almost felt like something quite gay, but yes, this is more of a lesbian theme because we're talking feminism here. Of course, yes. Yeah, it is quite strange, eh? Whenever I think about, Luz Nacetta and Amity Blight, how do you say it? Loving together, though, which is pretty obvious, though, and what the show is all about, though. And in fact, the Owl House has a genuine fan base, not just for older kids and tweens, but yes, also for the adults as well, though. In the sense that whenever I think of the Owl House, it really is pretty much one show that almost feels like, if I would have put it up this way, though, almost as like, well, of course, yes, I don't have pictures of Steven Universe and Gravity Falls, but that's all I can say. And actually, going back to the personality of Amity Blight, on the first season, what we do know about the relationship between Luz Nacetta and Amity Blight, she is finally put in her place when Luz arrives and her presence and intentionally makes her lose her cool in front of her teacher, and of course, yes, during education, and loses her top student when, the title, of course, though, when she nearly gets Luz killed, though, effectively wounding her pride. And, of course, yes, in her next appearance, though, she began to hold severe disdain towards Luz, blaming her for getting her in trouble, mocks her dream of becoming a witch, and hurts King's feelings, and this leads to Luz impetuously challenge her to a witch's duel battle, which will determine whether Luz should continue witch training. However, when Amity is exposed to accidental cheating on Lila Clawthorn's part, she runs off embarrassed and lashes out Luz, accusing her for supposedly humiliating her in front of the Emperor's Coven and embarrassing her at school, while lamenting on how much pressure she has put herself on to be the very best, like no one ever was. Sorry about the one Pokemon. But she is surprised to see that Luz shows kindness while trying to comfort her and allows her to continue magic training. Amity slowly begins to show a sentimental side. And of course, says even though that she still acts hostile towards her, she claims that she's trying to understand Luz Nacetta, albeit without actually trying to talk to her, listen to her perspective, or admit her own faults and take responsibility for her own actions, and is revealed to constantly get picked on by her older siblings, which in a sense is pretty much how, relationships are like, though, as sad as this sounds. But yes, eventually, despite being repeatedly telling Luz to leave, though, Amity starts to become fascinated with Luz's desire to be friends after a night of peril with her at the library, and they make up a bond and they share love. Of course, yes, that's something that we all know, though, don't we? Yes, we certainly know that a lot, though. Of course, yes, it's gone with the harmful and hostile and hurtful early antagonistic behaviour. Of course, yes, it's now time for her to move on to the way the personality was like in Season 2. But also, thanks to Luz Nacetta's support, she even begins to make, changes from slight indifference, though. And not only that, though, of course, yes, it is pretty much interesting thinking about the show, though. Yes, it is nice, though. Of course, yes, that Amity is now pretty much later revealed. Oh, sorry. Yes, Amity, and whenever I think of this character, though, Amity Blight, she was later revealed to have a crush on Luz, to the point that she now gets nervous whenever she gets close to her, though. Yes. Phenomenally enough, whenever we see the Luz and Amity's growing relationship, though, of course, yes, one episode really did pretty much gain some significant attention. And also the ending as well, though, when Mitzi kisses Loose on the cheek. And yes, that is something that everyone can easily remember, though, which is interesting, though. Very, very nice whenever I think about, you know, two characters who are feminine, loving together, eh? But hey, let's take a look at the animation and where it's from, though, actually. Well, even though this incredible and fantastic, but also wondersome looking show has been pretty much animated and touted as an American, of course, yes, what we actually realised about this show was that it's actually animated in South Korea. I didn't actually realise this. I thought it was animated in America, but actually, yes, it's animated in South Korea. A little bit like some shows like, you know, Adventure Time and, you know, the new version of Ben 10 and Steven Universe and other shows like that. Well, I'm not going to put up pictures at the moment, though, because I'm doing this video as a one-take wonder, okay? And I have to move on to another show, but I'm being very simplistic at the moment, though, so... Yes, The Owl House, a fantastic TV show. Yeah, a great genuine fan base. And by the way, I'm not going to be putting up a picture of King Without the Skull. Would probably scare the crap of anyone. But anyways, let's move on to another TV show. Oh yeah, let's go into somewhere else right now. The next TV show we're going to be taking a look at is Bluey, and Bluey is a fantastic Australian animated television show. Of course, yes, it's set in Queensland, as what the animation is pretty much based on, semi-tropical Queensland. Of course, yes, it's, you know, very amazing whenever I think of it, and the main characters are basically based on sheepdogs or maybe cattle dogs, who in a sense are literally known as healers because they are, you know, known to lick the heels of cows, cattle dogs, Australian cattle dog, you know, of course. You know, while being called cattle dogs, they're primarily heard as healers, or very well known as healers, or called as healers, obviously. And of course, yes, the main character, of course, Bluey, whenever I think of her, yes, I did say her because this character was thought to be a male, but yes, what's very strange about Bluey is that the main character is actually pretty much a girl, and what's also quite strange is I thought Bluey was a boy. When I first saw her, of course, is Bluey, I thought Bluey was a boy, but apparently Bluey is a girl, and I've never heard of a girl called Bluey. And I definitely sound Australian. And yes, to put it this way, what Bluey actually is, it's basically a television show that is often described as a sheepdog version. And by the way, no, I'm not putting up a picture of Peppa Pig though, because that's what Bluey seems to be like though. It almost kind of looks like a Peppa Pig rip-off though. But yes, no more Peppa Pig rip-offs and other stuff though. Actually, no Peppa Pig pictures, I mean, sorry. Well, it is a good Peppa Pig rip-off though, Bluey. But I'm not putting up pictures of the annoying Peppa Pig show, the original OG show. Very annoying though. But Bluey is so much better though. Not gonna lie though, Bluey has a very big uptrend for many kids and also adult generations though. It really is on the uptrend whenever I think of it though. It's an amazing, you know, Aussie Australian. I'll just say, actually I did say Aussie and Australian, that's pretty much both meanings of it, eh? But yes, Bluey is a fantastic television show, animated in Australia though, that has seen a very huge worldwide in popularity though, as a result of, you know, the show being so influential though. And in fact, whenever I think of Bluey, there's actually a lot of different genres though, and a lot of the casting and the animation, of course, is from Australia. And the animation, whenever I think of it though, it's actually located in Brisbane. There's actually some kind of house though in Brisbane called Ludo Studio though, where in a sense that, you know, Bluey as an animated television show, it's pretty much animated in-house in Brisbane, Australia. And there are approximately 15 episodes of the series, and of course, yes, the script writing process actually takes over for about 2 months. Why do I actually muddle up the words so easy now? I'm a bit, completely and utterly offended now. With the show being animated in Ludo Studio in Brisbane, as obvious as it sounds, it's far by the most Aussie animated television show ever, endemically Australian though, which has been very popular around the world here. especially the UK and the USA, though. Whenever I think of, Bluey is a fantastic television show. I'm sorry I've got a bit of a flu, though, at the moment, though. In fact, I'm dog sick, as I'm making this video, though. But what we do know about Bluey is that, whenever I think about this television show, it is amazing. And yes, whenever I think about Bluey, though, there is actually loads and loads of themes, though. While exploring, the realm of Australia, and also teaching children about Australia, and also reflecting on Australia, it is quite amazing that, yes, with the semi-tropical Queensland-type climate, of course, there's the animation of Australian architecture in the series is designed to reflect the typical Queensland residential designs of Brisbane. The high-set suburban dwellings with characteristic verandas against representations of Brisbane skylines. And also, yes, the characters speak with Australian accents and local and international airings, with the series focusing on the Australian sense of humour with dry wit frequently expressed through dialogue. And yes, of course, yes, what we do know about the show is that it also focuses on the Australian world of, nature, but also the climate behind Australia as well, though. There's actually loads of animals in Australia that we all know, though, and and also different types of plants in Australia, like jacaranda trees. I mean, how could you never love jacaranda trees in, September, October, and November, which is their springtime? Our Northern Hemisphere is March, April, May, so it would have been autumn in Australia. But yes, what we all know about Bluey is that it also advocates on the importance of play throughout childhood. And yes, what we all know about, Bluey as a character, though, is that it's very influential, though. And also the father of Bluey, though, she actually notices that whenever I don't know what I'm actually saying there, but she, as a character, though, knows her father so well that, comparing to the father, Peppa Pig, Bluey's father seems to be a lot more intelligent. Sorry if I'm sounding iffy there, but what we do know about, yes, of course, is they can be quite whiny, though, of course, is with children and stuff, though. And it can be one of the most annoying aspects about the show is that with Bluey and also the sister Bingo as well, of course, yes, there are loads and loads of, aspects on the show, though, that really, that represents what a child is like, though. A child has to get a good consistence of different types of moments, either they're showing, conflicts or jealousy or or regret through their gameplay. And there's no antagonist in the series, and of course the emotions of the characters, though, form the central conflicts of the program, which is in a sense a very nice thing to do so. In a sense, of course they often, with children in a sense, though, whenever I think of Bluey and Bingo, the relationship between the two, of course, the siblings together engage in imaginative play during mundane activities such as visiting the doctor or going to the supermarket, and the parents are shown to engage in the play of their children, and also engage in imaginative play with their friends, learning lessons such as the importance of following the rules, and also learn lessons such as the influence of technology, the economy, and personal finance through their gameplay. It's an amazing show. Currently, of course, if I would have had a look at the Our House, though, sadly, it would have been pretty much gone into its final and third season, though. But Bluey, on the other hand, has actually got about 3 seasons. But let's just hope Bluey continues on, though. And yes, the Our House, if I go back to that TV show, it really has gone back to about, the second season is continuing, but it's also about to end on May 2022. As sad as this sounds, I don't know when the third season's going to, premiere, though, the Our House. But I do know that Bluey, of course, is the third season. Of course, there are about 52 episodes in every Bluey, just say it, season. Of course, actually. It's not too bad. And, of course, while Bluey being an Australian animated television show, it has actually gained such widespread phenomenon as a television show, being the next generation Peppa Pig, though, and in fact it's so much better than Peppa Pig itself, though, and it's an amazing television show if you really want to go ahead and, delve into the world of Australia. In fact, Bluey as a television show actually has a lot of adult jokes in it, though, which in a sense is quite amazing, and I actually got a very funny feeling that in the way the characters are pretty much, pretty much portrayed though, of course it is hilarious to see that a lot of the characters would have actually gone into some very fun moments, like, there are loads and loads of funny, aspects of the show where, there are loads and loads of adult jokes in the show though, obviously, eh? It's like... Okay, so yes, what we do know about Bluey is that in terms of her personality, is that she's curious and energetic. And of course yes, Bluey, what a fantastic television show. It's pretty much amazing. And of course yes, this TV show really heavily relies on adventures and also, imaginative, how would you say it, play. Of course yes, that's something about the TV show that we all love. A very fantastic TV show. Yeah, Bluey. Of course, yes, what we do know about the father figure of Bluey is that it's more positive than any other father from other TV shows, as in like the Daddy of Peppa Pig or Homer Simpson. Of course, yes, that's something I can pretty much, think of course. And yes, it's amazing that Bluey as a television show really has got, such great style that it really does rely everything, and the quirky behaviour of the child characters, just so influential though, eh? I can never forget Bluey, and also the environment of Australia. Everyone knows that with Australia being the main focus of Bluey, it is fantastic. Not gonna lie though, Bluey is a fantastic television show to, basically have a good delve upon though, and you know what? I think I should probably watch, Bluey even more though, I think. Well, anyways, let's move on to another TV show, yeah! The next TV show we're going to be taking a look at is the Cuphead Show. Now, I don't know anything about this show that much though, apart from the fact that it's heavily based on the video game Cuphead. In fact, this show actually does have some very pure, in fact, like the game, in fact, it actually does have some 1920s, if not late 1910s references to cartoons, as in Disney's Mickey Mouse, or, Betty Boop and Popeye, or any other cartoon character from, the golden ages of American animation, though. And it's interesting for the fact that, although the show has been widely received, as a show, it has been receiving some positive reviews, similar to the game it is based on, to many critics that praise the visuals and also the utter humour and tone. Some critics thought it would have lacked in substance. But yes, what we do know about the Cuphead Show is that, yes, it's so weird and wacky and, it's actually hilarious. You would actually think that this show is mainly targeted for adults because, well, actually, no, there isn't any profanity or any adult, entities or attributes in this show. It's also pretty much a show targeted for kids as well. Of course, yes. The Cuphead Show. It's been taken such a while though. It's been taken quite a while though to get this show on a Netflix, which in a sense has been quite. It's been the biggest bane so far though to get the Cuphead Show. In fact, back in 2019 and also 2018, I think there were a lot of spoiler alerts on that show though. Okay. Of course, yes, we all know that it's quite weird and wacky, and I don't know anything about that show that much though, because I do know there is actually a tonsome of humour in that show though, in a sense that, the way the characters are like and other whatnot, they're just so freaking hilarious, man, eh? And I mean, yeah, just so hilarious whenever I think of, the Cuphead Show. Not gonna lie though, as a television show, yeah, it's actually pretty hilarious to think about it though. Of course, yes, I do know there's a few dialogues like the devil going, "Hello." Of course, yes, I do know that the Cuphead Show as a cartoon show, yeah, it's amazing. I just can't go wrong with it actually though. It's pretty amazing, isn't it though? And of course, yes, and despite the short nature and the lack of substance, according to one fans and critics, I just say it though, one video game website and an online magazine, obviously the Cuphead Show is pretty much one that everyone will love, And children, in a sense though, and kids of course, will discover a bouncy and energetic cartoon and would probably find what's here incredibly entertaining. It's amazing. Of course, there's loads and loads of very weird jokes though. In fact, the rest of the show is not only just musical, but there's loads and loads of comedy involved in it. There's loads and loads of slapstick comedy going on. But yeah, there's actually one quote, the Cuphead Show. I don't think I've got anything to discuss about the Cuphead Show, because, you know, of course, yes, I do know Cuphead, I know the Devil, I know Mugman, I do know Jerry as well, and, you know, King Dice as well. It's another character, of course, and, you know, I do know the Baby Bottle as well, and also the, oh my god, and also the pork rind guy there as well. That's the guy, is that the guy who actually sells, is he like the person who works in that one merch shop? I don't know, I can't really remember. I'm really sorry if I don't know my Cupheads, I'm very sorry. Like the Art House, I don't really know about this show much, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I don't know about this. I know I haven't seen, I know I've seen the rest of the episodes. I've seen some episodes, but I can't really remember though. Okay? But there is one quote I would really like to remember, if I should actually move on. Well, get ready to be totally overwhelmed. Well, here we go. That's you, Jimmy, and you know what for. Wow, that was actually quite a great impression of mine, but here we go. Let's move on to another television show, and I think it's one I might easily remember. Oh yeah. Next TV show we're going to be taking a look at is Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, and what we do know about Strawberry Shortcake is that she has gone into a very weird, rampant, incremental change over the last 5 generations or so. A little bit like Transformers, because we've got a number of generations of this franchise. In fact, as we all know about Strawberry Shortcake, she was originally an American Greetings card character. Now, she's actually grown up to become a very, very well-known franchise. Well, not really well-known as a franchise though, but Strawberry Shortcake as a whole, while the franchise was popular, the character itself wasn't really as iconic as it is. But this year, I think in 2022 and in 2021, as a result, I think the character's going to deserve some very huge, widespread, how'd you say it, praise, and also a bit of fame as well. And I got a funny feeling, you know, whenever I think about this character, this incarnation of Strawberry Shortcake, she looks so amazing though, and she's actually designed so well though. Like, the way she's actually designed, compared to the other 4 incarnations, no, I mean, not gonna lie though, I do like the first and the second incarnation of Strawberry Shortcake. Was the third and the fourth ones, they were just horrible. But the 5th incarnation has got to be the best. You know, the 5th generation of Strawberry Shortcake, there's actually something very peculiar about her though. In fact, there's other characters, apart from Strawberry Shortcake, you've also got like Orange Blossom, you have Lime Chiffon, you have Lemon Meringue, you have Blueberry Muffin, and Huckleberry Pie. In fact, there's actually a very strange relationship with Huckleberry Pie and Blueberry Muffin. You know, Huckleberry Pie being the moldy-like, you know, how'd you say it, character though. In a sense, it's very strange. I don't know why there's a fan base. There's one person who's actually shipping Blueberry Muffin and Huckleberry Pie called Mark Santiago, who's actually doing this as, you know, as a fandom thing. You know, I'm actually thinking that this show, Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, because of its animation style that they use, and because of WildBrain using this, and because WildBrain now owns the entire franchise, it's animated in the same way as My Little Pony. In fact, you know the person Michael Vogel, also, who has actually worked on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, he also worked on that show by using the same animation vibe. In fact, there's also a little bit of Littlest Pet Shop vibes as well though, which whenever I think about this show, it's fantastic. In fact, one of my friends at the centre from college actually told me that the girls in this show seem to resemble the girls from Gacha Life, particularly Strawberry Shortcake herself. But let's take a look at the personalities. Strawberry Shortcake has endless optimism, boundless energy, and big dreams. And she's also a fantastic baker. Not only that, but she's also pretty much quirky, perky, hilariously giggly, and also a determined baker. And it was also pretty much hyper. Orange Blossom is an extreme sports fan, and always has to be the very best at everything she does. Like no one ever was. And please, I won't talk of Pokemon. But yeah, she's pretty much braver than the other counterparts, because the other counterparts were quite scaredy and nervous-like. Whereas today's Orange Blossom, she's pretty much brave. Lime Chiffon, she's a character which, in a sense, she's not that very well known at the moment though, but she will be very well known as the fandom will grow, as she loves books and fashion, and of course, yes, she's pretty much a smarty pants type girl though, because she knows everything though. Lemon Meringue is pretty much a mad scientist, like, you know, a creative inventor who loves tinkering with new gadgets. And she's not really that much of a people type person, but in a sense, she actually kind of reminds me of Gru from Despicable Me though. I don't know why Lemon Meringue does have those pair of goggles on the top though. In a sense, she works as like a not just a mechanic, but also a mad scientist as well, like a creative inventor. She loves, you know, to build all kinds of weird and wacky stuff and become like a evil mad scientist. Something like that though, but in a more positive way actually. Like, in a sense, she has invented the Cakeinator and the what else is there? There's actually quite a lot of episodes there, if I remember though. Like Lemon's explosive oven, like she was about to do like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do that impression. It's gonna be, actually it sounds like this though. I'm gonna turn that oven into a baking beast. Oh my god! Why do I remember the whole episodes behind this show? And you've also got Blueberry Muffin though, who actually, in a sense, she's pretty much a Boko chick, and she knows all the coolest and best places to go in that Big Apple City. And she also always goes in the flow though. And Huckleberry Pie is pretty much an aspiring musician, and as much as as he loves music, he also loves goofing up and having fun though, in a sense that there's actually a bit of race difference though with the characters as well though. Strawberry Shortcake and Lemon Meringue, they're both white people, even though Lemon Meringue's skin is a little bit whiter than Strawberry Shortcake. Orange Blossom is black. I don't have to say anything racist behind it though. You've also got Lime Chiffon, who in a sense, she's actually a Hispanic type person. Blueberry Muffin is East Asian, and Huckleberry Pie seems to be a very strange, seems to bear a resemblance to that of Mowgli. From the Jungle Book, because of the South Asian sort of, Indian sort of look behind him. But yes, overall though, while taking place in a city called Big Apple City, which in a sense is what the show takes place in, Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, hence the name of course, that show, whenever I think of it, it's interesting for the fact that whenever I think of the show, of course I know the stories behind this. It all starts off with when there's that one episode where Strawberry Shortcake actually leaves her hometown of Berryville and moves into Big Apple City. I don't know about you, but I actually feel like I could do impressions of her though. But yeah, and she also has a pet cat called Custard. Not gonna lie though, she's actually so cute. I don't know about you, but I actually found this incarnation of Strawberry Shortcake very, very cute though. And actually, there is something quite awesome about Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City that I've actually got in my house, and let me just show you. Oh yes, do you remember I did in a previous episode where I actually made a poster about Strawberry Shortcake and her friends, of course, and there's actually traffic right outside though. But yes, I got a funny feeling the characters I do know, of course, this is a picture that I actually did at the centre, and I actually printed this, actually someone else printed this picture at the centre, and I actually decided to take this home because it's just so cute. If only I could strike Strawberry Shortcake. Actually, I might give her a kiss. Of course, yes, you've got Blueberry Muffin on the end, you have Lime Chiffon and Orange Blossom between Strawberry Shortcake and Custard, who's the pet cat there. And you've also got Lemon Meringue, right next to a Strawberry Shortcake flag. Pretty much, this drawing though is pretty much, actually it's a digital sort of picture though. It's actually set in the Library of Birmingham, which is where I am at the moment though. But yeah, what a fantastic poster! Yay! Now, behind the making of this video, I could tell what, there's so many things I could talk about Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City as an awesome incarnation of Strawberry Shortcake as a franchise whole. In the sense that, yeah, I got a funny feeling that Strawberry Shortcake has gained such wide popularity now. Even though we haven't got the toys and the merchandise yet at the moment though, I do know Bluey has got toys, of course, yes. I do know, which is a thumbs up though, it's done by Moose Toys. I know Strawberry Shortcake is also going to be done by Moose Toys as well. The fifth incarnation, of course. But yes, what we do know about Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City is that while taking place in Big Apple City, which is basically a rip-off of New York City, obviously. In fact, the name literally is New York City, though, which in a sense, that's what the city is pretty much based on, although you could say otherwise. But, yeah, Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, I actually found it to be an awesomely animated television show. You know, I actually think this would actually be like the next My Little Pony Friendship is Magic because, you know, of the animation style, but also the, you know, whenever I think of Wild Brain Factor as well, though, you know, DHX Media, who animated this show, that is what it's actually shouting out to me, though. And, you know, obviously, the characters, it's just so amazing, though. They've got such great personality, great sort of emotion as well. And the show itself, there's good songs, good titles as well, though, good episode title names as well. Good stories as well, let's not forget. And also the voice acting is just so awesome as well, though. And very cutesy as well, though. Just very awesome as well. And just pretty amazing. I gotta say, man, I could just tell you what many things about this show. And also just got some very cool aesthetics as well, though. Like, I mean, a bit more on the My Little Pony sort of side, though, whenever I see the graphics like that, though. And also a bit of Littlest Pet Shop vibes in it as well, though. That's another television show which also has a toy franchise in it as well. It literally, a lot of the television shows based on toys, particularly in those in girls, I don't know about you, tend to pretty much gain such fandomness. Although I might be completely wrong about that because, well, gender-wise, otherwise, obviously, eh? But yeah, Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, it's been aging quite well though, although it's quite a newer incarnation of the show. I have to say this version will be the best one yet to go for. And I'm not going to lie though, it is the best version to check out for. I know it's available on Netflix since like April the 15th or the 16th, but yeah, it's also available on YouTube. Fancy that. And also the runtime for the episodes, comparing to like 14 to 16 minutes of like, is it the Cuphead Show? I can't really remember though. But yeah, I got a funny feeling that Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City episodes, individual ones on YouTube, run for at least around just 4 minutes. Only one episode runs for 4 minutes, right? Which is amazing. And actually, whenever I hear the title, Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, I actually thought of maybe try and focus on doing a bit of tourism, focusing on the theme of cities. Maybe I should try and, you know, focus on visiting cities more so than doing anything, you know, else like bird watching, I guess, though, which is pretty much my major hobby. But yet again, I don't know how fun it can be in living in the city, though. It can be quite noisy, can be quite fun, though. But yeah, Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, whenever I think of that show, very amazing. I'm not really that much of a baking type person, but maybe one day I will be. But because of Strawberry Shortcake being such a cutesy, pink-haired character, it's just so cute. Ah, oh my god. I actually feel like, yeah, I just imagine I could just kiss her on the cheek there, just like what I did on the poster. Behind the scenes of Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City has been gone over for quite a while though, in a sense that Wildbone has actually taken a long time to get Strawberry Shortcake into the big city, like so. In fact, she originally almost looked like a Smurf though, back then though, in 2017 or 2018 if I can think of it though, and she was horrendous. You know, whenever I think of that design, that was atrocious. I was totally disgusted, and what they did to Strawberry Shortcake was completely and utterly, in fact, I certainly agreed too though. I wasn't really that much of a Strawberry Shortcake person though. My Little Pony was my thing though, back then though, when it was a hot sort of franchise though. It was a very popular franchise back then though, although I will talk about the new version, Mateo Teo, which is the new version I might head up to. But before Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City was pretty much first released in 2021, September the 18th, 2021. It premiered on that date, of course. Yes, what I do remember about about that TV show was that the one thing I do remember was that when it was on the works, it was originally going to be a CGI sort of adaptation like the fourth incarnation, but then Wildbrain decided to save money by involving on using the same animation style that they used with My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. So they did this as an intention just to save money and stuff. In fact, that was something though, and I also made loads and loads of internet memes from a website called IMG Flip, which in a sense I've got tons and tons and tons of Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City internet memes, and I'm actually the person who's behind Strawberry Shortcake memes. Like, overall, in a sense, I'm like the original, I'm not really that much of a perpetrator, is it? Perpetrator, but I don't know how I'm going to say that word though. Jeez, my mouth is quite rough and ready though, but crikey's. I don't know about you, but let me just show you the amount of memes. Some of those memes are appropriate, but in fact most of them are appropriate, but others are actually inappropriate. And let me just show you most, if not all, of the memes I've been making on IMG Flip. As a reason why I think Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City would be the next My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Well, here are the memes that I've been making throughout IMG Flip, and those are the ones. In fact, there's actually quite a lot of Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City memes. In fact, in my account, some of them don't actually have actual Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City memes. Others, they have like generic memes, and that's why. Yes, of course, I get a bit of consistency to basically have a look at different memes and stuff. And I'm trying to be very careful as I'm showing here, because I don't want to get myself caught up with, things that relate into, something which is inappropriate though. But yes, it's fantastic. IMG Flip, it's a fantastic place if you want to go ahead and make memes and other whatnot though. In fact, I've been making memes of Strawberry Shortcake ever since January of 2022, which is the earliest I can remember though. And I formulated this after watching the show. I think I actually first came across the show during Christmas 2021 or January 2022. I can't remember which is which. It really has been sucking on my mind, but it's a fantastic show. A fantastic show if you want to go ahead and, delve into, it's just amazing. I mean, I just can't go wrong with Strawberry Shortcake being an utter, character now. In fact, the franchise is now becoming bigger and better because of this fifth incarnation, and I hope it will do so much better. Although there'll be people saying, but I prefer the first one, or no, I prefer the fourth one, it's so much better, that's how Strawberry Shortcake should look like. Well, yes, people have different opinions there, and I'm sorry if I have to disagree with you. The fifth incarnation of Strawberry Shortcake, this one here, is certainly the best. And I mean, I can't go wrong with it though. It's just amazing. I mean, I just can't go wrong on the fact that this character, while on the cute side, is also pretty much, it's, although on the kiddie side, is not only just cute, but also pretty hilarious. In fact, there'll be tons and tons of adult jokes relating to Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City, like that one episode, and this movie goes to, Blueberry Muffin makes up a joke called, most artists don't get the respect they deserve until they're dead. That's actually one I remember though. But yes, Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City will hopefully gain such a great big fan base, hopefully in the near future, and I'm hoping it will. Yeah. But anyways, I think that's done with me for the meme. So yes, after currently watching about 32 Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City episodes, it's an incredible show. In fact, I've actually had a look at some various people doing reviews of this show, though. In fact, it's just amazing whenever I think about it. Of course, it's a great show because, you know, whenever I think of, you know, in the way that show has been animated, though, it's just really good, though. And I just hope it can get so much awards, though, for being such a fantastic show to be in, though. And again, I actually find it to be quite, you know, awesome now. I think, yes, it looks amazing. What's also quite strange is that, yes, as I said before, the characters are pretty much designed to represent a multicultural sort of, how would you say, vibe, though, in the sense that, you know, Blueberry Muffin is Asian, and Lime Chiffon is Hispanic, and Orange Blossom is black, and then, you know, Strawberry Shortcake and Lemon Meringue being white characters, and Huckleberry Pie being South Asian, and all that stuff. And that's how I remember. Of course, yes, I do know there are 3 antagonists on the show, though, which in a sense I don't think I've got time, though, because I'm going to be basically moving on to another show, which I think should be the last, and it's My Little Pony Tell Your Tale. Okay, My Little Pony Tell Your Tale. Of course, yes, it's literally the 5th generation of My Little Pony we're talking about. Everybody knows the 4th generation of My Little Pony. The 4th generation was very phenomenal, though, because everyone knows about the Brony fandom that's been going around for a long period of time. And yes, what we do know about this version of My Little Pony, the 5th incarnation, seems to be quite different than what we actually thought of. In fact, the 5th incarnation is so different to what we've actually seen so far, though. In fact, it basically, whenever I think of My Little Pony Tell Your Tale being set in the 5th generation, it actually takes place just after a new generation, which in a sense is the movie that you watch in Netflix. Now, My Little Pony Tell Your Tale, as a television show, that version of My Little Pony is very different, though. In fact, it's animated in a very cow art sort of style, though, in a sense that the characters are pretty much animated in a sort of, you know, very B-math sort of style like that, as I've seen with Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City. But there's also like other TV shows, like in Gravity Falls, Big City Greens by Disney, of course. I don't know, I think Steven Universe, Adventure Time, regular show, The Amazing World of Gumball, and all the other shows like that you find in freaking Cartoon Network and stuff like that, though. That was something I can actually remember, though. Okay, obviously I do know the animation style is quite quirky, and I know the cow art style is becoming a new thing in kids shows of today, though, but yeah, of course, yes, we're all going to be dealing with the new art style and stuff like that, though. But yes, the characters in the 5th generation of My Little Pony often include Sunny Starscow, who is in fact the main character of My Little Pony. The 5th generation, of course, not My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Izzy Moonbow, who is in fact my favourite pony, who's in a sense a very hilariously artsy and crafty sort of scatterbrainy sort of character, though, which I'm actually quite familiar with. She's actually hilarious, that purple unicorn with the blue mane. And to be honest, Izzy Moonbow is kind of like the G5 version of Pinkie Pie. In fact, originally the whole of My Little Pony, in fact, the 5th generation originally was supposed to have Generation 4 My Little Pony characters, but in different forms, like Twilight being an Earth Pony, Fluttershy being like an, is it like a unicorn pony, I guess? Rainbow Dash still being, I don't know, if she like a unicorn or maybe a Pegasus, I don't know. I know Pinkie Pie was intended to become a Pegasus, though, but yeah. Let's continue on with the 5th generation characters. You have, of course, you have Sunny Starscout, Izzy Moonbow, who else is there? Zip Storm, Pip Petals, who's like the youngest of all ponies, and you've also got like the only male main character so far G5 has actually nailed it, Hitch Trailblazer. My Little Pony Tell Your Tale, like the My Little Pony 4th generation show, it's been animated in the same way, though, but yet again, it's not animated by via Wildbrain, though. Instead, it's animated by Entertainment One, in a sense that DHX Media and, you know, the Hasbro Animation Studios, sadly, they've all got, how do you say it, they've just broken away now. In fact, Hasbro Studios, in fact, the Allspark company, which is the animation studio for Hasbro, sadly, how do you say it, though, it got discontinued. Did it get discontinued? I can't really remember, though. Or maybe it actually became separate. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very sorry about that though. But yes, what we do know about My Little Pony Tell Your Tale is that it does kind of remind me of, you know, Pony Life, My Little Pony, which is like the 4.5 version though, which in a sense is like a very downright terrible version of the G4 incarnation though, as if Generation 4 wasn't about to end or, you know, making its last legs though. But yeah. Of course, this My Little Pony Tell Your Tale overall, it's pretty much one version of My Little Pony that has pretty much one I felt like it's gonna be bolting out of the, it's gonna bolt out of the stables. In fact, but yes, My Little Pony Tell Your Tale, in a sense that whenever I look at the characters, they're just totally amazing. In fact, Easy Moonbow, I can easily relate to Easy Moonbow. Easy Moonbow is pretty much one character, is pretty much my favourite of all time though, as I said earlier before though. But yeah, the 5th generation of My Little Pony is just, it's something that we've been pondering for, and in fact, as the franchise has been growing such in popularity as years ago as I can remember though, mind you, I got a funny feeling, the 5th generation, yeah, I guess the popularity will start to rise again there, I hope. And I hope that by the time as I'm vlogging throughout the rest of this video, we all know that My Little Pony Tell Your Tale is going to be interesting, because it not only will be taking a look at, you know, just the 5th generation, but also the 4th generation, and also other generations from the past. Although, that being said, G3 was horrible, and also 3.5 was also quite horrible as well though. But yet again, it's people's opinions. Okay. Opinions. That's what I was about to say, eh? Opinions. That's a better word, eh? Woo! But yeah, My Little Pony Tell Your Tale. It's going to be an amazing show. It will be an incredible show. Every new episode gets released on Thursday and whatnot though. Just amazing though. Just crazy to think about it, eh? Such an amazing television show just to delve into. Anyways, I think that's pretty much about it. It's about the rest of this vlog. I don't know about you, but I'm just so glad I kept it into a very simplistic reframe. But yeah, just so fantastic. And so far we've been talking about 5 different animated television shows in a very simplistic reframe, as I don't have to put up too much information, of course. And yes, that's something I can easily get trusted with. Well, if you really enjoyed in this very big vlog, please give this video a like, subscribe for more Flip That videos on my YouTube channel for more future videos and other whatnot though. And please tell me, which is your favourite show so far though, or which of the 5 favourite shows do you feel, or which 5 television shows or animated cartoons is your favourite that I've been talking about? Personally, I think I would actually say Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City and Bluey. 2 of them are definitely ones I'm fairly, how would you say it though, more accustomed to. Although I've been watching Berry in the Big City, Strawberry Shortcake Berry in the Big City a bit more so than Bluey though, because, in my opinion though, because of how cutesy and a bit more on the My Little Pony sort of G4 type, not so much on the Tell Your Tale sort of vibe though. I actually not really that much of a My Little Pony Tell Your Tale type person. But yeah, that's something I'm actually going to be ending with though. So once again, if you really enjoyed in this whole video though, please give this video a like, subscribe for more for that videos on YouTube. But I have got a couple of Thursday the 21st dates coming up in 2022. There's one in July, which I might probably talk about weight loss and the weight loss industry, because in August 2019 I was so fat, like 40 something fat. And of course yes, I was so fat that yeah, very fat back then in 2019. And yes, I don't know what's another vlog that I might talk about. In September of 2023 I might talk about Made in China stuff. Might revisit into that one and just talk about Made in China stuff and why it's always like that, you know, this whole Made in China thing. It's phenomenally well known as a phrase which has been, you know, used as to you know, it's something that I can think of. It's like a connotation as to refer like cheap made in China products destroying other countries' economies and other whatnot they. And I don't know what subject I might have for December of 2023, because yes, December 2023, like all Septembers, pretty much has the same date. In fact, December and September has the same dates, whereas the following June actually has the same date. Not in the same year, but the year after, like the following year after, of course. But yes, I think that's about it. It's about the rest of this very big vlog on Thursday the 21st of April of 2022. Hope you really had a very happy Easter as well. And if you really enjoyed it in this very strange and very simplistic vlog, please give this video a like. About cartoon vlogs, of course. It was all about cartoon TV shows I was talking about in this big vlog so far. Subscribe for more flip-out videos in the future. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now. Let's roll out the credits. Bye!